Oftentimes we run head first into poor decision making, into lust, without thinking, without realizing we're eating our own vomit. And sometimes it's because of the anxiety, because we're not trusting God enough, because of what the world says. Or if you're like me, it's seeking validation because of loneliness. And then once we finish, no pun intended, we beat ourselves up. We question what is wrong with me. But God told me it's time we pause, reflect, and rewind on His love, grace, and mercy, and to really go back into our roots and to really find out what life can be without that decision we just made. Submit yourself, Submit yourself then to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Let's start to pray and submit ourselves to God before we make those decisions that hold us back from our purpose. Because trust me, life is much better when you follow God first. Right now, I'm reading this book called Disciplines of a Godly Man by R. Kent Hughes. And in it, he says oftentimes the reason we sin is because not that we don't love God, but we forget the presence of God. And that is so true. So, what I've been doing differently is putting myself in the presence of God. And boy, can I just tell you, I feel so much better. My friend, a couple weeks ago, shout out to my friend, she gave me her notes from her sermon. And in the notes, it said, joy plus peace equals tranquility. And I've been having this tranquility because I've been trusting in the Lord. I've been having faith in Him. In Tony Evans' study Bible, he says that faith is acting like God is telling the truth. And in Proverbs 3:5, it says, God is the resource of all things. Lean on His understanding and not your own. And whoo, boy, that is so true again. Because when I lean on my understanding, I go into chaos. But when I rely on God, I get this joy and I get this peace again. And this is a full circle back to tranquility. And you can have it too. You just have to trust in God and not lean on your understanding but His. Work out your spirit, man. You do this by denying your flesh daily, by meditating on the Word, and not just reading it, but also living it. When Lord says to forgive your neighbor, go out and try to forgive somebody. When Lord says, if you look at a woman with lust, you are committing adultery in your heart. So try not to look at a woman with lust. Try to look at her as an image bearer, as a daughter of the Most High. You have to submit yourself to God, meaning giving up your desires in that moment and being transparent with Him about how you feel, and then going to seek His presence even more. Because I guarantee you, if you try to watch Korn or the websites with gospel music, it will make you sick and really open your eyes to how wicked the industry is and how wrong it is to use others as objects of lust for your selfish gain. And because it is also holding you back from your true purpose. As believers, we have one true purpose, which is advancing God's kingdom. But then it becomes a matter of how. I want you to take a look at the people you are closest with and see how you impact their lives. Because for me personally, I see that I'm an encourager. I spread positivity, whether if it's through my words or my actions. Then I go out and distract myself with healthy things that I like going to the gym, or going to the field to work on my craft, or spending time with family and friends. Even learning how to make passive income by investing. But the most important thing is spending time in the presence of God. Exodus 33:14 shows us that we are never alone because God promises to be with us. He says, "My presence will go with you and I will give you rest." This means no matter where we go or what troubles come our way, God is here. It's like having a best friend all the time, and that should give you peace, especially when you read His Word and you're just still, because His Word is alive and breathing.
If it's one thing you take from this video, I just want you to know you can do it. The fight is fixed, and my friend, if you are on God's team, you have won. So stop acting like you lost, like you weren't capable, like this is something you will never be able to defeat. It is written, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." You can't do it, I can't do it. But my God, it's not on us. We can rely on the Creator, the Most High, to get the job done, because all things are possible through Him. The enemy only has as much power as you give him, so let's not give him any power. Let's stop and pray before we run into decisions that delay our purpose, decisions that keep us chained from freedom. God will not take you into your promised land if you are still holding on to things that will mess up your promised land. So I'm gonna need you to submit to God and bathe in His presence and watch how you start to step in purpose. Y'all have a beautiful and blessed day.